Thanks for joining me today and welcome back to my modded 1.9 series. I'm just standing here enjoying the beautiful landscape provided by realistic world gen and biomes aplenty. It's breathtaking. So anyway, today we are going to be getting into progressive automation. We're going to get started with automating a lot of stuff. A tree farm, a quarry, well it's actually called a miner, and we'll probably automate a farm as well. All these machines will run on coal, so we don't even need RF for them yet. But we can upgrade them to use RF by using this RF engine. And they all start with a wooden, they go to stone, they go to iron, and then diamond. And so the startup costs for this mod are really cheap, but you know, we're gonna get some very basic machines that do some very basic stuff with basic tools. And as we go along and we get more resources and such, we can upgrade and make them better. So let's get started. Let's see, what should we start with? Actually, I'd kind of like to start with a tree farm, even though we're in the middle of a forest. And there's tons of freaking trees everywhere. It would be nice to automatically get trees. Yeah, this is much better. I like that. Why did I just get Monster Hunter now? Huh, interesting. I'm a monster hunter, it's official. Wooden chopper, we need a furnace, and a bunch of wood, and a chest. Okay, so we're going to need... Come every time I need wood, it's nighttime. We're ready to make this now. A wooden chopper. I don't think I'm going to bother upgrading the chopper to stone. You know what? Yes, I am. It's cheap enough, let's do it. May as well. So we'll just need, oh, then we need a stone axe and some kind of, so we can use any type of stone except cobblestone. So we could use smelted smooth stone or whatever, but what's the point of doing that when we can just use diorite? Stone chopper. There we are. So let's just put this there. And it's going to place, okay, so first we have to give it saplings. We have to give it an axe. I'm going to give it a stone axe. I'll make 2 of them right away. And then we have to give it fuel. Let's just start out with a half a stack. And then it plants a tree. Plants a single tree to the east. And we can upgrade it with these guys. But we're going to need a lot of wood. And because we did the stone instead of the wood, now every upgrade we do is going to have to be a stone upgrade. So it's going to wait for the tree to grow. Once the tree grows, it's going to chop it down. It's going to use durability on the axe. And it's going to put the results in here. We can also put a chest on top, and it'll put the results in the chest. And it'll collect the saplings and put them in here. If it runs out of coal, it's going to start using its own wood as fuel. So theoretically this thing could be self-sufficient, except that we have to continue to feed it axes, and later on when we get into auto crafting we're actually going to have it craft its own axes. What? Come on. There we go. Alright, so it takes the leaves first. It actually goes from top down, so it doesn't necessarily take the leaves first, but that was weird. I don't know why that last part took so long, but there we go. Now we've got our wood in here. We got an apple. And it took the saplings. Oh, it looks like it didn't gain. Oh, it must have gained 1 sapling because it had 3. And it planted 1, so yeah. Cool. Now we're ready to make our miner. So again, we start with a wood miner. We make a furnace. And a chest. And a wood pick. And we're definitely going to want to upgrade this probably all the way to iron, otherwise we won't be able to do anything except what we can do with a stone pick. Also going to make a stone pick, and we'll see why in a second. The iron one requires a block of iron and then 9 iron and an iron pick. Hooray! So this is the same concept. We're going to set this down somewhere. Yeah, whatever, we'll just set it down right here. and we have to give it a pick. Now I'm actually going, we can give it an iron pick, but I'm giving it a stone pick, and the reason I'm giving it a stone pick is because that it burns through iron picks faster than it collects iron. I'm also going to need a shovel and some cobble and some coal. In fact, we're going to need more coal than that. Let's just grab that. So we give it our shovel, our coal, and cobble. And what it's going to do is it's going to mine all the way down to bedrock right here in this one column. And collect everything that it finds and replace it with cobble. So that's what the cobble is for. It's actually going to replace whatever blocks it finds with cobble. And it's going to go all the way down to bedrock, which happens to be 55 blocks down. So you can see that if it were using an iron pick, it would burn through it pretty quickly because it's breaking every single block. So it's finished. Now if we pick this thing up, it's going to drop everything, including this stuff. Oh, but then what we want to do is we want to take the stone. Now that it's done, it's broken everything that it can with a stone pick. So then we give it an iron pick, see if it picks anything else up. It didn't, which means there's nothing there that requires an iron pick. So what would be the best thing to do now, let's just empty this out, is to make this the progressive automation wrench. Because like I said, if we pick this thing up, it's going to drop everything. But if we shift right click with the wrench, it'll pick it up and it'll keep everything configured in there. It'll even keep the inventory. So then we can set it down again and it'll just start mining right away. Each upgrade that we give it will increase the range by 1. And it does it in a clockwise spiraling cycle out. So 1 upgrade, it'll do this and that. 2 upgrades, it'll do this, this, and this. So if we do 8 upgrades, it'll do a full 3x3. If we do 24 upgrades, it'll do a full 5x5. And the same with the tree farm. The difference is with the tree farm is it doesn't count this middle block. So 7 upgrades will get us the full 3x3. There we go. So we got 4 stone upgrades. So the stone upgrades we can use in here because this is a stone chopper. So why don't we put 2 more upgrades in there. Oh, we got some more wood here. Good. And then these guys. There we go. So now we have 2 iron upgrades. So we can just stick these in here and it'll start mining again. We're ready for the wooden planter. It's just like all the others. We have the 6 wood, the chest, the furnace, and then the tool. In this case, a hoe. And I think I'm just going to do the wooden one. We don't really need much more than that. And I'm going to put it here because it will actually work on the blocks above it. And so it needs a hoe. It needs, that's it. And then just some fuel. Oh yes, and it needs seeds, duh. Definitely going to need some kind of a source of fuel. Oh yeah, that's why we have the tree farm. So you see it plants, and it will harvest. We'll see that it will, any minute now, it'll harvest it, put it in here, and plant another one. And it'll take the seeds and put them in there. And then it'll use a little bit of fuel. You know, this one, it might be a good idea to use the fuel nuggets. They're actually, Progressive Automation has these fuel pellets, which is just 1/8 of the amount of fuel as a piece of coal. So that way fuel doesn't get wasted for things like this, which only use a very small amount of fuel at a time. So this is a continuous problem with this thing needing cobblestone. I think this might be a good time for us to do the cobblestone generator. The cobblestone generator requires that we make a stone miner. So we'll have to go through that process again, and then we're going to need a lava bucket and a water bucket. I made a stone miner. I went down and got some lava. I got some water from over there, obviously. We go like that, and we get our 2 buckets back. Hooray! But now we have a cobble gen upgrade. And this is really nice. What's nice about it is that, for one, we don't have to keep feeding this thing cobble, which is cool. For 2, we can get cobble out of it. So we basically have a cobblestone generator here if we ever need cobble. So I also have random things installed in this pack, and this is one of the reasons, because I really love this fertile dirt. It basically... Bone meal. What? There's a hole. Basically bone meals whatever's on it. So it's obviously going to increase the growth rate of these trees quite a bit. I let out a little kind of tree farm basement down here so that we can do a little bit of automation, because right now the tree farm is almost entirely self-sufficient. It's going to be using its own wood as fuel very soon, which isn't quite as efficient as charcoal, but that's just fine because it's, as long as it's giving me more wood than it's using, that's all I care about. But the only thing that we have to give it all the time, ooh, it's dropping stuff. The only thing that we have to give it now is axes. So if we can get it to make its own axes, then it'll be totally self-sufficient. So what I'm going to do is we're going to set up a bunch of these crafters to make wooden axes. So it's going to be a little bit slower, but we don't really have a good way of pumping stone into this thing to make stone axes. So that's fine. If it'll just make wooden axes, it'll be plenty fast to keep up. So we shouldn't have to worry about that. Now, in the past, I had done this using the RF Tools crafters, because RF Tools has a crafting box that allows you to do multiple recipes. The Progressive Automation has the crafters, but each one only allows you to do one recipe. So we'll have to make 3 of them, but that's no big deal because they're pretty cheap. And we can just do the wooden crafter. The only difference between the different level crafters are speed. So your diamond crafter is going to be a lot faster, but we don't really care. I mean, this thing's going to be using like 1 axe every, like, I don't know. Definitely not so many that it won't be able to keep up. So we don't have to worry about that. But we do have to make an axe right now because the one that's in there is about to break. But this may be the last time that we have to do this. All right, there we go. Would you be quiet up there? So our first one is going to be taking oak wood and turning it into planks. Our second one is going to be taking planks and turning them into sticks. And then our third one is going to be taking planks and sticks and turning them into axes. Okay, I need to go kill that guy because he's... What? Not even over there. Okay. Now we've got rid of that disruption. Let's do this. Get rid of that because we're going to need this space over here. So this is going to get a little bit complicated. We're going to have to pipe wood out of here, but we only want wood. We don't want any of this other stuff. And the Neotech pipes, which are the only pipes that we have in this mod pack right now, they, for whatever reason, these things will not give up items to Neotech pipes. So everything else will, but these won't, but probably because they're not using the new item interface. But we can insert items into them using Neotech. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use... Oh, wait a minute. No, actually, never mind that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a chest on top of that. And it has to be a vanilla chest. And then everything will get dumped in here. So then we can use whatever we want to pull stuff out of there. So we're going to get a little bit into Neotech today, but not very much. We're going to just do the basic pipes. So we need to make these white structure pipes because everything else is made from white structure pipes. So we're going to need some sand in there to make some glass, and we're going to need a bunch of iron. Do I have iron in my inventory? Yes, I do. So we have to make a bunch of structure pipes, and then we're going to have to make a bunch of interface pipes, and we want the item interface pipes. Interface. Oh, they look different. No wonder I couldn't find it. Okay, so it's just a white structure pipe in a chest. So it's actually pretty cheap. And I'm probably going to want to make 2 sets of the white structure pipes. So I'm going to wait for 1 more piece of glass, One of these days we're going to get a speed upgrade in here to make that a little faster. Okay. So we're going to make 16 structure pipes. Probably won't need them all right away, but we're going to make... we're going to need at least 3 of these. I think we're going to actually need 5, actually. Okay. So we're going to have one of them coming out of here. And and we have to make a Neotech wrench. This wrench will not work. At least that used to be the case. Let's just try it just for fun. Nope. So every mod has its own wrench, and they are not cross-compatible. We can see we have 4 different wrenches right now. We have RF Tools, Progressive Automation, Neotech, and Chisels and Bits. We're going to need the Neotech wrench right now. And you can see right away from the get-go, when we set down an item interface pipe, we already get the option to filter. So we're going to, we're going to say we want, no, whoa. Hey, that's new. Can I just, oh, there we go. Okay, so we want oak wood, and we want to extract from here. This changed too. It used to be input and output, or actually it was input and output, inputting into the pipe, outputting from the pipe. But now it's extract and insert, which to me makes a lot more sense. It's a lot easier to understand what that means. So yeah, so that's that. And then I'm also going to put an interface pipe on here. And you can see it doesn't look like it's connecting. But it kind of is, and it's kind of not. It will allow you to input stuff, but it won't allow you to pull stuff out. So what I want to do is I want to tell it we want to put a filter on here and tell it we want to allow it to input wooden axe. Input a wooden axe, and that's the only thing we ever want going in here. So that's actually all we need to do up here. We're outputting wood, we're inputting slot. So this is showing what we're starting with and what we're ending with. And now it's time to do the stuff in between. So our wood, we have to pipe it down here and have it come in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some junk and I'm going to fill this thing up like this. Because we don't need 9 stacks of wood in here, right? I only wanted to put 1 stack of wood. So we're going to put an item interface here. And again, it doesn't look like it's connecting, but it will allow input. And we're going to whitelist oak wood. Again, we have to do that because this thing will accept anything. As you can see, I put cobblestone in there. Oh, you know what? It would also be nice if it would accept a fuel. We'll think about that later. We'll see how much time we have left when we're done with this. These things don't use a whole lot of fuel, so if we just fill them up, we shouldn't have to worry about them for a while. Especially since they're only going to make an axe like once every, 10 minutes or so. So it's not... Oh, okay, so then we have to output... Yeah, we're not going to be able to output from that. So using the pipes, we're going to have to use hoppers to output. So, I mean, wait. No, that's not right. We're going to use chests to output. So we're actually going to need a few more of these interface item pipes. Okay. So in this one, we're going to input planks. And again, I'm going to fill up most of the inventory with junk. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll just do that. And then this one, we're going to accept sticks and planks. Now we may run into a little problem with this one, where if it runs out of either sticks or planks, it may end up doing both, filling both slots with one or the other, in which case it'll get stuck. So I'm actually going to just start it out with some inventory right away. It's just so that it doesn't run out of either of these things. It should never run out of sticks or oak wood planks. I mean, it's going to have a stack of each. It's going to be making, you know, just using 2 and 3 once every so often. So it should be fine. So now we need 3 chests on the top and 3 more interface pipes. 3 more pipes. So altogether we needed 9 interface pipes. So these two, just like all of the other progressive automation machines, will output to a chest above it. It has to be a vanilla chest though. And then what we're going to do here is, okay, so first of all, we're going to whitelist. What are we making in here? We're making planks in here. So we're going to whitelist planks. And we're going to say extract. And again, we're going to fill this up. You know what? I'm going to allow 3 stacks in here. See that little thing right there? That is the Neotech pipe telling us that it's looking at that piece of inventory right now. And by default, these pipes are pretty freaking slow. As you can see, it's going through the chest really slowly. So that's why I'm going to allow it to put 3 stacks of wood in here. So that way, once every 9 times, it'll come to some wood. I don't know if that's entirely necessary, though. Well, whatever. We'll just leave it. We'll leave it that way. I'm going to do the same thing here. I don't really want to use sand. Dirt. There we go. And this guy is going to provide sticks. Oops. And then we want to extract. So by the way, I'm left clicking to change this, and I'm right clicking to move it around. And then finally, this one is going to give us the axe. And we're going to extract. And this one, we'll do the same thing. We'll do every slot except 3. So it'll only make 3 axes at a time. That way we're not wasting all our wood filling up all these chests with... I mean, this one would be totally full of planks, this one would be full of sticks, and this one would be totally full of axes. We don't really need to do that, or we don't want to waste our wood on that. Okay, so now we take our white structure pipes and we connect everything together. Whoa, okay, there. Alright, so that's starting to make our oak planks. And it should end up over here. No. Oh, because we have to wait for it to come around. Oh boy. Okay, well, while we're waiting for that, we'll put fuel pellets in the rest of our machines. Oh, right. We already had some stuff in here, so that's going to go ahead and do this right away. So it looks like that used 1 pellet per operation. So good. Perfect. While we're waiting for that stuff to fill up and to get a net gain of wood, let's do a little bit of exploring. So we've got, first of all, if you haven't seen the new boats, they are freaking awesome. Check it out, man. It's got oars and it doesn't break. It doesn't break the way the old vanilla boats did. And you steer it the way you would expect. Like, you hit W and it makes you go forward, so you can look over here and you can look over there. It doesn't go the way that you turn. So you use the WASD keys to actually control the boat, and we can go crashing, boom, and nothing happens. Hooray! No more breaking boats. And they're actually a bit faster too. So I just wanted to check out a little bit of the terrain around here while we're waiting, because it's going to be a while. And see if there's anything interesting nearby. I love these rivers. Check this out. It's like totally navigable. Very navigable rivers. Unlike the vanilla ones. Except we have a little bit of a load problem here. Why don't we do that? That was F3A. Get in there. Oh, there we go. Hooray! The other nice thing about the boats now. you can carry animals and you can ride them across the land. I'll have to come back and get a second cow, and then we can set up the progressive automation breeder and have it breed cows for us. This guy is full of oak, and it's full of planks. These are all full, and these are all full of sticks. And this is full of planks and sticks, and we have wooden axes, and I had an extra one, so I just threw it in there while I was playing around with it. So now if we go up here and we pretend that this broke, yay, it gets replaced. And then if we look down here, we should see that it got replaced. So we now have a fully self-sufficient tree farm, and wow. And we never have to worry about it again. Anytime we need wood, we'll just come in here and get it. I guess the only thing that we will have to worry about is making sure that this chest doesn't get full, because if it gets full, it's going to start throwing stuff. It's just going to start spewing stuff out all over the place. And we don't necessarily want that, because that would be kind of a waste. But once this thing is out of fuel, it's just going to start putting wood in it as it's chopping it down. Come on. Yes, keep coming. Keep coming. Right. Okay, so I've got a wooden animal farmer in here, and I'm going to give it 8 upgrades, because like all the other ones, when you first place it down, it only affects the block directly above it, so it would only breed animals that are standing right on top of it. So I put 8 upgrades in there, and now the range is 3 by 3, which is 9. We need fuel, and we need wheat. I'm not going to put the wheat in there yet, though, until we get another cow, because otherwise that would be kind of a waste. I don't know if it's smart enough. Actually, just out of curiosity, let's see if it's smart enough to not feed the cow. If... Oh, it's not. Okay, bummer. Okay, good. So now we know not to put wheat in there until we have 2 cows. Got a cow. Got a second cow. Alright, there's my 2 cows. Now I'm just going to throw all the wheat in here, and they'll start breeding. I hope. Yay! Baby cow! So it's just going to keep doing that whenever the cows are ready to breed again. It's going to use some more wheat and breed them. And pretty soon we're going to have a whole bunch of cows in there. Now I could automate, I could pipe this into there, and then it would basically have an unlimited supply of wheat. I don't want to do that, though, because I kind of want to control the population. I don't need that many cows. Oh, there's a creeper over there. You know what? I'm gonna try my hand at this creeper, because I have... What is that? Oh, okay. It just said zombie. That was really crazy looking. Did you see that? Of course you did, but... Huh, it just said zombie. Right. Alright, so this time I'm not going to try to... There we go, yay, I killed a creeper. I actually killed a creeper. Well, actually that's the second one I killed, but... So in the next episode, we're going to start playing with Tinker's Construct and get some better tools and weapons than these vanilla ones. I'm also planning on adding a couple more mods to the mod pack. This is based on your suggestions in the comments. One of them is Quark, and that is Vasky's mod, the same person who does Botania and Psy, and it's an interesting little mod that just has a lot of little things, like a whole bunch of little things. That's why it's called Quark, you know, little Quark. It should be called Quarks, really, because it's got a lot of little things. But the idea of the mod is that it's supposed to be things that fit with vanilla Minecraft, so like stuff that should be added to vanilla kind of thing. But it's got a lot of really interesting stuff. It's called Quark if you want to check it out. I'm adding that one to the pack. I'm also adding modular systems. That's the other mod I want to add, and that is from one of the one of the developers of Neotech. That's Paul Davis. He actually made the suggestion in the comments in the last video, and I was actually meaning to add that in the first place, and I kind of forgot about it. So thanks for reminding me, Paul. We'll add that, and we'll be playing that in the near future. But the next episode is going to be mostly about Tinker's Construct, and we're probably going to do a little bit more exploring. We'll have to go over to that slime island. Well, we won't have to, but I want to go over to that slime island so that we can get some slimes, some slime balls and stuff, so that we can make some cool stuff. If you have any comments or suggestions or questions at all, please feel free to do that in the comments below, and I will read them all, because I can do that. I've got a small enough channel that I can read all my comments. I can respond to all my comments. And I hope you join me for the next episode. If you did enjoy this, please don't forget to click the like button and join me next time. Thanks for watching.